So after escaping the Germans, a melting face or two, they might settle down. Boom, Indy gets pulled back in. This time on a secret mission to stop a German archaeologist named Palbenheim. This individual is pursuing a device known as the Maztec Power Key in Mexico. While Indy's dodging Germans in Mexico City, Marion's the one who creates a distraction at a hotel. Classic move. She gives Indy just enough time to slip away into the jungle for the next leg of the expedition. And when he's trapped on top of a ridge with Germans closing in, she shows up in a borrowed biplane. Total cinematic moment. Indy jumps in, they fly off, but with no snakes on the plane this time. But it doesn't stop there. Mary ends up kidnapped by Palbenheim, because of course she does. And they plan to use her as a human sacrifice to activate the Maztec power key and unleash destruction on America. Super chill stuff. But don't worry, Indy saves her, and the artifact is handed off to a mysterious native guardian who keeps it safe. Back in the States, Marion tries to figure out what's next, especially when it comes to her complicated relationship with Indy. It's never simple with those two. Using the money she earned from the Ark's adventure, Marion opens up a jazz nightclub in Manhattan's East Side called the Raven's Nest. Indy's a silent partner, of course. But just days after opening, the place burns down, thanks to a shady decorator named Jamal. Seriously, Mary can't catch a break. Without steady work, she heads off with Indy again, this time to West Africa, where they end up running into the Shantae, a mystery group tied to Atlantis. Yeah, Atlantis. This is the kind of stuff that follows Marion around, including one that takes her back to Nepal in search for her presumed dead father, Abner Ravenwood. So yeah, Marion didn't exactly fade into the background after Raiders. She was a hero in her own right, navigating danger, heartbreak, and everything in between. She's bold, fearless, and honestly, just as legendary as Indy. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Marion's story, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your favorite Marion moment, or what you think happened to her next. Until then, always remember, choose wisely.